there, it's Carol with Carol B Crafts with our sixth and final card in my Carols of Christmas online class. This class has the materials you need to make these 6 cards and is available through December 3rd, 2017. If you'd like the details on how you can get these materials by purchasing them or getting them as a free gift from me with a qualifying purchase from StampinUp.com, check out my blog www.carolbcrafts.com and get that host code to use when you do your purchasing, and you can earn this kit for free. So today's card is this one, Deck the Halls. We'll be using the Deck the Halls stamp again, and that stamp comes from the stamp set that we've been using, Carols of Christmas, and this comes as a bundle with the card front builder thinlits. And I'll put the number on this screen in case you haven't purchased them yet, or if you'd like to purchase them, be sure to use that host code so that you can earn towards getting your card kit free. So this is the card that we're going to make, but I'll show you, there's a similar card there using that black and white theme of DSP this Christmas season. Here, this is actually my favorite card here. And these are all similar, the way that they're made. So they're all beautiful cards. And I will show you at the end, if you would like to make more, or if you are just watching, I'll give you the dimensions and I'll show you at the end of the video. I'll tag on a little tutorial video on how to do the window for these cards. Okay, let's get started on our card. This is the kit that we need to have. I'll get everything out of here. We have some of the basic black shimmer ribbon, 6 inches. 6 inches of the silver 1/8 inch ribbon and 3 inches of the silver 1/8 inch ribbon. We have we should have 5 holly leaves. And I'll get this bag open here. 5 holly leaves, and we'll need 2 berries and 1 of the triple berries. Now these holly leaves and these berries come from the Holly Berry Builder Punch. And I will show you in the video in the end how to do the leaves. But the berries, I have like 5/8 inch of cherry cobbler, and then I just put it in there and I punched it, and I got that. And then for the round berries, I just used 1/2 inch of the cherry cobbler and put that in there and punched that out like that. So that's how I got the berries. So let's get started on making this card. Now the first thing we normally do is we get our card base and fold it away from us with the valley facing us. And we'll just get that creased really well. Now on top of that is going to go our Merry Little Christmas DSP. The black and white is going to go there. So we'll go ahead and put that on with some snail. And this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And it is the Merry Little Christmas DSP. I'll use my waxy strip to help me. That waxy strip is from our mini glue dots, what's left over once we use our mini glue dots. And this is kind of non-directional, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. And we want 1/8 of an inch all around. Then we're going to want to do some stamping. And we have 2 pieces of Whisper White, 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. I give you 2 in case you need an extra. We're going to put a little bit of snail on the back to keep it in place while we stamp it. We're going to use the Deck the Halls stamp from the Carols of Christmas. So we have cherry cobbler, and our stamp is going to be on an E block because it's a bigger stamp. So we'll go ahead and get our Stamp-A-Majig ready because we know we're going to need that. So we're going to ink this up with cherry cobbler, deck the halls, and we're going to put it in the center of the, doesn't matter if it's level, just get it in the center as much as you can because you'll be able to arrange it however you want it when you're done before you put it on your card. Okay, so we're going to put our Stamp-A-Majig in place and get just a little bit more ink on there. And then we're going to put this in place and go straight down. And then we have our deck the halls. And I'm going to clean my stamp off. Now we'll set this aside to dry for a little while. And we'll go ahead and start using, putting together our card. So put our Stamp-A-Majig away. And so first we're going to make our windows. We have, on top of this is going to go cherry cobbler, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And we'll do our windows first. Now this is a side that's slightly not as wide as this side. So you want to get the side that's not quite as wide on this, on your left, as well as this. And I think that's going to be like right here. So that's how that is. So we're going to put our glue on. This is, I'll tell you the dimensions of how to do this in the video in the end that I tack on because I don't want to take the time of those taken the class. So if you're doing this and you don't have the class material, stick around to the end and I'll tell you how to do the window. So we're going to glue this. We want 1/8 of an inch of the black showing in the window. And the glue will let us have a little bit of leeway here as we move it around. And then this is going to go, we're going to get our deck the halls back out and flip this around. And we're going to put our glue 1/4 of an inch from this square. And then remember we want the smaller, the thinner side on this side. It's just slightly thinner. We're going to, this is where we have our wiggle room. We can put it so it's even here and here and even here and here and level. And then with snail, we're going to put it on our piece of cherry cobbler. Get my waxy strip for that. And this has 1/16 of an inch, so it's not a very big frame around it with the cherry cobbler. And then before we put it on our card, we want to mark 1/2 inch from the left side on the back, 1/2 inch with the pencil or pen, and that will tell us where to put our ribbon. So once we got our marks, we're going to take our snail and make a 1-inch square of adhesive just above that mark, because that's what's going to hold our ribbon in place. Now we'll take our 6 inches of the black, basic black shimmer ribbon, and we'll bring that around even with that mark. The bottom of our ribbons even with that mark. And then same over here. And we're going to take our snail and put some snail on that ribbon. And make sure we have a good coverage because we're going to use that to keep our silver in place. Trying to decide which side I think looks better. I think that looks better. So we'll have that. And we're putting it in the center. And now we're going to put it on our card base with some snail adhesive. Make sure we get the... Now you can stamp anything on the inside that you want. Let's see, what did I stamp in this one? May the happiness of family, the joys of friendship, and the warmth of love surround you this season. And that comes from the Holly Berry Happiness stamp set, which coordinates with the punch that I used to make the holly leaves, the Holly Berry Builder Punch. Okay, we'll go ahead and put this on, and we want 1/8 of an inch all around. Or no, I think it's 1/16 of an inch all around. Okay. Now we're going to put on our ribbon. We have a 3-inch ribbon. Okay, so to do the little ribbon decoration there, we're going to go underneath the silver ribbon, not the black, just the silver. And we're going to just tie it. We're going to do like a cross. Take this end and go across that end and then down through. Okay. And then we're going to take this end and tuck it underneath. You can see where we're at. We're going to tuck this underneath here, under the silver ribbon, and pull it through. And we're going to flip it around like that, so that the knot is at the top instead of at the bottom. So we just flipped it around. So there's our little decorative knot. And we can slide it up and down if we want. And then we're just going to put, trim those ends like this. Now we're going to put on our holly, and we're going to look for the end that's the fattest. And we're going to put glue dots on here. 3 in this corner, 2 in that corner of the leaves. So one leaf will be going this direction, and one leaf is going to be going in this direction, and one leaf will be going down in the other direction. And we'll just have that going in this direction here. And then on top of that, we'll have the little 3 triple berry. We'll put that on with the glue dot in the center. And then on top of that, we'll put a single berry just on top. And then here in this corner, we'll put our 2 other leaves. One going that way, one going this way, and then we'll put a single berry on it, and our card will be finished. So this is card number 6 in my Carols of Christmas online class. Thanks for taking my class, and if you haven't yet taken it, check my blog out, www.carolbcrafts.com, and we will be going on now so I can show you how to do the windows if you want to stick around to see how I did the windows and the holly leaves. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Okay, so I have my big shot, and then I'm using the magnetic plate and then just a regular acrylic plate, and then one to go on top. Now the top of the top DSP is from the Merry Little Christmas, and it is 5 by 3 3/4. So 5 by 3 3/4, and then the black, basic black, is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So we're going to cut this piece first, and we're going to use the 2 largest layering squares from the layering square framelit. We'll use the largest on the flower on the trees and the second largest on the black. Now, to help me put placement on to get my square exactly from the same distance from the edge for every card, I made this little guide, and it is 3 3/4 by 7/8. 3 3/4 by 7/8. So what I did is I put this on the edge, the left edge, and I put it down and held it in place. And then I put my largest layering square against that, and I let it go down. Now you could use washi tape if you wanted to hold this in place. So you want even distances here and here, and you want it up against the your guide piece there. So that looks about right there. So I'm just going to leave that in place since I have the magnetic plate underneath. Well, I'm going to straighten it up just a little bit. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to just lay the top down flat on it and run it through the big shot. Okay, so once I get that done, I have this here. So now I'm going to get the black and put it underneath so that I have even distances all around, and then I'm going to flip it over, get the second largest layering square and set it inside here, just like that. Remove the top paper. Be careful not to move your die. And then we're just going to run this through like this. And so now when we put them together, we have our 1/8 inch all around. So that's how we did this for this card and the next one that's also black and white. I also wanted to show you how I did the holly leaves. So this is a 1/2 inch of garden green, and I put it in my scoring board, and I scored it at 1/4 of an inch all the way down. And I made a little vein there. And then I took my punch, my holly berry builder punch, and I put that vein in the center of my holly berry leaf. And then I punched it, and then I just kept pushing this through and punching until I'd punched all of them. And then if you want to, on the like the little valley side, you can just bend it forward like that, and that gives it more of a holly berry look. Okay, well, that's all that you need to know to make this card. I hope you will make the card, and I hope you will take one of my classes as well. So thanks for watching. Bye now.